Do you know how many
I actually, no, shut up.
No.
Can you shut your mouth for a minute?
No.
Because I actually work in the ghetto. I see the people.
Do you know why they're in that
I
position?
see these people.
Do you understand the systematic and historical reason for why they're in that position?
They don't care. All they want to do is be ghetto.
No.
Yes, there's some that don't, and there's good people.
No.
Most of them just want to suck off the system or do something bad like drugs or gangs. And that's all they
have been oppressed. They have not been given the same opportunities you have had.
They do, and there's plenty of black people.
No, they don't, Dad.
There's plenty of
and you not recognizing that as an issue is the reason why it's still continuing today.
I see them all over. There's all kinds of successful people that are of color. It doesn't matter what color, brown, white.
But it's a lot harder for them to get to that position.
It doesn't matter. When they do, they're fine. But there's always filthy animals. And
you're calling people of color black animals. You're calling them animals. Are you kidding me?
You didn't let me finish.
That's not okay. No matter what, that's not okay. No matter what, it's not okay. Racism is not okay. Why do you think that racism is okay?
That's mine.
Really, I'm gonna look at. No, I'm looking at statistics right now.
Your statistics they can be warped. Statistics can be warped. You want me to show you videos?
So why are
Do you want me to show you videos of cops? I will do it.
Why is statistics wrong?
Because they can be warped. I'm not giving statistics right now. They can be warped. Personal experiences can't.
No, because this is actually putting it into play.
Do I need to show you a bunch of videos of cops attacking protesters? Peaceful protesters.
Listen to this. This is the number.
You mean I'm informed and educated?
You're not, though.
Yes, I am.
You're one-sided informed.
Yes.
Mom, I was watching political stuff and you said to turn that off because you don't want to hear about it. That means that I am educated on it and you are not.
I'm sick of hearing it.
The fact that you can have that ignorance, ignorance for the majority is bliss.
Okay. So
Ignorance for the minority
I'm
is
looking at statistics
destruction.
that are wrong. This is just pure wrong information out there.
Just give me the statistic.
In 2017, 457 white people were shot to death by the police in the United States.
Okay.
223 were black.
76% of the population is white. 13% is black.
I get that.
If they were being killed at the exact same rate by police officers, the rate of black people being killed would be 8.9. But it's not. It's 24%. The rate of white people being killed should be about where it is. So they're being killed at a higher rate. There's more white people, meaning that the amount of people killed by cops who are white would be higher.
The reaction of the person. I'm not saying
they're tired.
Not saying it's
they're tired of being treated
I'm
that way.
not saying it's right.
Good.
But if they started teaching them that this is the world that we live in, you don't want to be killed. Why do you think your friend's father taught him that?
Because so his black son doesn't end up dead like Tamir Rice.
Because he doesn't want him to grow up with the chip on his shoulder that
he doesn't want his black son to end up dead.
Exactly.
That's not okay. Why do you think that's okay?
Because
why is it something that you're okay with? Why is that a reality that you're okay with?
I'm okay with it.
But you are.
No, I'm not.
Stand against it. So stand against it. If you're not okay with it, so stand against it.
I'll stand against it. When the black people in the ghetto stop carrying an illegal weapon. When the black people in the ghetto stop murdering each other.
I'll start caring about cops when they stop killing black people.
I'll start caring about black people when they stop killing cops.
White parents are reportedly cutting off their kids for not being racist to black people. The following videos is a reflection of what we're discussing here today. Watch this short coverage till the end so that we can be on the same page. Share your response on the comment section below and I will humbly respond to you. And if it's your first time here, consider hitting the subscribe icon below and I'll continue keeping you posted and updated on why white parents keep on disowning their kids for not hating black people. Now do you get to see why racism will not end? It is because of such instances like this where white parents continue to teach their children on how to hate black people, on how to discriminate black people, the N-words they keep on calling you, the hatred words, the racial slurs they keep on lashing out loud to you. It is because they were taught from way back, they were taught in their families, their background on how to hate black people. Watch the following compilations And at the end, I'll have more strong commentary on this episode. Why is it that white parents are disowning their kids? Let's watch.
This might be a hot take, but if you're a white person, do not cut off your racist family members. The reason why is that if you fully cut them off and you're like, you're racist, I'm done with you, they aren't going to associate you leaving them with their hatred, with their behavior, because they don't think that they're doing anything wrong. But slowly, if you continue to gain their trust in a neutral, objective way, you might be able to get through to them. I've seen it happen. I've had conversations with white people where I start out on their side. I let them say their sort of insensitive comments, slowly work my way in there to hear what they have to say, and then I flip it. So for example, a white person will say to me, maybe a relative, maybe a random person, you know, I'm just so frustrated with the amount of immigrants that's coming into this country. You can say, yeah, that's understandable. But I think it's important to keep in mind that immigrants are here to make a better life for themselves. There's enough room for everybody. The government could be doing a better job, but they're not. So ultimately, it's sort of their fault if you think about it. And those little objective statements are what get through to them. Do not cut them off. Please. It is our responsibility as white people to educate other white people. It is not the responsibility of people of color. Peace and love.
I grew up with racist parents just like this. Watch.
If you're a Christian white parent who loves the Lord and loves your children, it is actually a failure of your parental duty. If you teach your children growing up, if you lie to them and say all people and all races of people in our country are the same, they are not. You are actually depriving your child of factual, truthful information that could save their life.
Hello, racism. I grew up just like this, being afraid of black people because this is what I heard in my household, okay? And the worst thing about this is growing up, it didn't sound awful. It sounded, oh, well, that's realistic. That's common sense. What I was taught growing up is that stereotypes are just the truth. But stereotypes aren't the truth. They're generalizations. The moment you assume someone's character because of their race, we've stopped seeing people as individuals. And the craziest thing is that this is happening in Christian, God-loving, God-fearing households. That is not Christ-like, and Jesus is not segregating people based on their color, who they are, and what they represent. Christians, do better.
And this is how hatred is taught in a lot of white families. If you've ever wondered how can people grow up and be so hateful or just so out of touch, this is how. A lot of the time, hatred is silent and insidious, and it teaches white people to be complicit in racism and other types of bigotry. For instance, if you do want to have a conversation about race or something else, your parent might quickly shut you down and say, oh, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about these types of things. That is how white people are socialized to be so unbelievably selfish and honestly ignorant of racism despite being the perpetuators of it. Despite literally creating the system. That's why I said in a previous video that our knowledge of racism is like honestly like children, because we are not taught to discuss these things, right? That's why white people get so defensive, because they hit their 20s and 30s and for the first time they're being called out. That combined with scarcity thinking, they're taking our jobs, there's not enough for the rest of us. That ignorance is what creates hatred. For the most part, the white moderate is the truly dangerous people, because they're not the full-blown extremists, but they're the people just in the middle that allow these types of comments and honestly racist practices to continue. If you grew up and you were taught to be nice and not question the status quo, you were taught to be complicit in systems like racism, transphobia, and homophobia.
I officially went no contact with my family because of racism. Yesterday was the craziest day of my life, I think. I went and confronted. My brother tried to come into my room and have a conversation with me. And so then I came downstairs and I huddled the whole family together and I was like, I'm leaving tomorrow and I'm very uncomfortable with how racist you guys are. And I want to be able to talk about it and grow through it. And if we can't, then I'm going to have to walk away. And I recorded about 25 minutes of it because then my phone lost all memory. Like I had no more storage left. Oh, it's very hard to listen to. I don't even know if I'm going to post it. I don't really know. When I lost like storage on my phone, they found out that I was recording them and absolutely lost their ish. And I was like, this proves my point. They were like, you're a victim. This is what you're doing. You're playing us. And I was like, no, like, I think I've just come to realize this is something I've been asking myself and sitting with, like, where's the line between working with you guys and wanting to grow and like you guys willing to grow and also then just being like, no, like this isn't something I'm going to tolerate. And I'm at a place where this isn't something I'm going to tolerate. And I'm choosing me. I'm choosing health for me. I'm choosing growth for me. And, you know, they were like, well, what if this is your ministry? What if you're called to help us not be racist? You're just going to abandon us. Like, what if we go to hell because of you? And I was like, that's not on me. I've tried to work with you guys. Like, all I can implore you is go get close friends that are people of color. Go start talking to people and asking why they're hurt, what offends them, what rubs them the wrong way. And several times they were like, you're just going to abandon us. And I was like, no, I'm not abandoning you guys. I'm just, because there's so much toxicity on health here, I'm choosing me. So I'm going to walk away. And, I pretty much told them that they disagreed with the fact that they were racist, and they kept asking, give us examples. And the examples I gave them were like not good enough for them. And if you guys want, I can share those examples, but like they didn't deem those as like examples. And then the crazier thing was like my mom starts to talk about how she grew up racist and persecution of the church. And I was like, Mom, being persecuted for what you believe in isn't a racist thing. That's not what we're talking about here. Anyways, it was pretty bad, to say the least. So anyways, I'm now at the airport. I've been at the airport like 5 hours before my flight. Boohoo weeping. Just grieved, I think. And just like, I was so manipulated last night. And at the same point, like, I'm really proud of myself. Like, I feel like younger me would be so proud. Like, younger Angelica is so proud. And I'm doing this for the voice that she never had. And so, yeah, I really do believe that Jesus wouldn't tolerate this, and we try to hide under the way we abuse people verbally and say that, oh, Jesus, ABC. No, he wouldn't. He really wouldn't. And so here we are. What a time.
I'm the biracial daughter of a white man who's actually racist but never will admit that he is. My father is the kind of person who will say he is not racist because he has biracial children, because he married a black girl, he's married 2 Hispanic women, but then will simultaneously pull his gun on people in a parking lot who are talking too late at night because they're Hispanic. And that was outside of the home. Inside of the home, he would use the N-word when referring to my mother when she did something that upset him. He was always trying to police the way that she looked, and a lot of that showed up in the way that she wore her hair. He didn't like when she would do micro braids. He would nitpick if she laid her edges. He would nitpick if she did wigs. Stereotypes he associated with the black community. In resistance to that, it actually drove me to run straight towards the community, and not just the black community, but the Hispanic communities, any community except a white one. Because I wanted to protect my mother, and I felt like I wasn't going to be able to do that where I was. And I made myself emotionally responsible to do the work that I didn't think that my mother had the capacity to do at the time. I felt like if I went and got the information, I brought it back, I could use it as a weapon against the hatred. I was also just so angry. I was so angry with him for causing my mom so much hurt, and because of that, I ran away. I rejected it. I rejected my whiteness. This need to protect and the urge to reject is the very beginning seeds of somebody in the family trying to unpack generational trauma. Granted, I'm trying to unpack an entire family line of racism from the perspective of a biracial person who is very white presenting.
My family is racist. Let's talk about it. Specifically, my brothers, they were just making jokes about if there was a white man and a black man in front of you guys and they were both aggressive and you had a gun, which one would you kill first? And they didn't say it was the white man. First of all, what kind of question is that? Second of all, like, that's not funny. Third of all, when I get defensive and I'm like, well, that is really messed up to say, don't say that. It's statistics in America. According to statistics in America. And then let's go to ChatGPT to clarify the statistic in America. It's so messed up. And I called them out for being racist. And one of them was like, yeah, I'm racist and I'm proud to be racist. And like, it's so crazy that this is happening. I think what's worse is the fact that like, I'm related to them, like how embarrassing. And what's even worse is like how much like they don't care. That is so crazy to me. They call every Hispanic person that looks even slightly Hispanic Mexican. They call all Asians Chinese, and they don't even want to learn that there's a difference. And you know what sucks even more is that we're all doing this in the name of Jesus and God, and that God would be pro-ICE. And that Jesus would be pro-Trump. And I'm like, never have I wanted nothing to do more with you guys in my life. I'm laughing because of like, not because it's funny, but because it's like, my dog. It's like a nervous response. Like, what? And no wonder the Black community is always on guard with people like us. No wonder anytime people hears that you love Jesus or you love God, they want to run. It's because of this. Anyways, it's just like heartbreaking, frustrating, and like, I don't even really care that like I'm deemed the sensitive one, the emotional one, because I'm constantly calling them out. I'm the victim and I'm always trying to pick a fight. But like, I'm really proud of myself for like every time anything has been said, I have stuck up. I've been like, you can't say that. That is not just disrespectful. That is racist. They throw around the N-word like it's funny. My white brothers. What? You can't say that. And anytime I like call them out for saying that, they say it even more. Because they can do whatever they want. And their excuse is that America is a free country and we have the freedom of speech. What? And I'm not crying because I feel like taken out or beaten down. I'm weeping because like, this is what's wrong with this world. Like, this is why we have so much hate. And it's so frustrating because we're the problem. And in a way, like, I'm encouraged that there's like people like me and the friends I have at home that like are not like this. I will call you out if you're being racist. I will call you out if you're being insensitive. And I'm really proud of that because that used to not be me. And I'm not scared of people anymore. It's just also really sad that it's like we know that this is happening, but it makes it like a million times worse when it's your family.
If you're still here with me, what do you have to say about this episode? On a recent episode I did how white kids want to be black when they grow up. Racism in America is not something new. It starts from the family. It starts within when white parents teach their kids on how to be racist towards black people. The videos we have just watched, it is of white people showcasing the world how racism has been taught in their families from where they were young. A perfect example we've had from this video is, if on the roads we have two people, a black person and a white person, the white driver will eventually drive towards the direction of the black person. White supremacists in Europe have always taught their fellow colleagues, their fellow white people, to always hate black people. It is not something new, it is something that the system has always taught white people to hate black people and be racist towards them. They envy and they don't want black people to rise to their feet because they know when black people rise on top of white people, the influence in this world will end. In America, racism is at its peak. Black Americans for the longest time possible have suffered under white Americans, and we have heard from the videos we have watched. On the next episode, I'll continue showcasing to you how white people continue to face in their day-to-day activities and how white Americans always downgrade black Americans. They don't want black Americans to rise to their feet because when they do, white Americans' influence in America will be wiped off. It was a nice session engaging with you, and please and kindly consider hitting the subscribe icon below for more topics like the one discussing here right now. I'll keep you more posted and updated on hot trending news, how white people continue to downgrade black people, and how white kids and black kids love one another, and it is only white parents who don't want their kids to be part of the black community. Thank you and goodbye.